My name is Daniel. About 5 years ago I decided to move out of the city and live in an old house near a forest road. It was cheap and I wanted somewhere quiet. On the first day everything seemed normal. The house was old but livable. It had a basement and the previous owner told me not to open it because it was unsafe. I did not take it seriously. The first few nights were quiet until the fourth night. Around 2 a.m. I woke up to the sound of something dragging across the floor. The sound was coming from below. From the basement. At first I thought it was my imagination. But it happened again. I slowly got out of bed and walked into the hallway. The air felt heavy, like it was harder to breathe. When I reached the basement door, the sound stopped. For a few seconds there was only silence. Then, a soft knocking. Like someone tapping from the other side. I froze. It made no sense. There was no one down there. I stood there listening for minutes. Then it stopped. I did not go back to sleep that night. In the morning I decided to check the door. The handle was cold, too cold. I did not open it. I just listened. Nothing. A few days later the sounds came back. This time louder, like something being dragged. But there was something else. Breathing, slow and heavy. Every night it got worse. Until one night, the sound came right behind the door. Not down the stairs, right behind the door. And then, a voice, my voice, softly saying my name. Daniel, open the door. That was the moment I knew I had to leave. A few hours later I packed my things. But before I left, I noticed something. On the basement door, from the inside. Finger marks, like something had tried to get out. My name is Kevin. A few years ago I lived in an old apartment that looked completely normal from the outside. The only strange thing was a large mirror in my bedroom that was fixed to the wall. It could not be moved. The previous owner told me it was old and should stay there. At first there was no problem. Until one night when I woke up and looked at the mirror. And saw something I should not have seen. Behind my bed, a shadow was standing there. But when I turned around, there was nothing. I thought I was half asleep. But the next night it happened again. This time the shadow was closer. Each night it got closer. Until one night I decided to test it. I kept the light on and stared at the mirror. For a few minutes nothing happened. Then, the shadow slowly appeared from the corner of the mirror. Not behind me. From inside the mirror. It was moving. Toward the bed. My heart was racing. I tried to turn around. But I could not move. My body was frozen. The shadow reached behind me. And then, in the mirror I saw it lean closer. Like it was whispering into my ear. But I heard nothing. Only its lips moving. Then, the light went out. When I opened my eyes again, I was in bed. Everything looked normal, except one thing. On my neck, finger marks.